such a sorry shape. Definitely need repairs. Where did my needle go? There we are. Just get some thread. Okay. Goodness gracious, Flanagan. What on earth did you do for these? This is business, eh? There's cuts in here and everything. I have to completely patch that part. Okay, might as well just make a new pair for him, honestly, at this part. Well, make it work. Okay. Flanagan, I've told you 3 times already this week, it's going to take me more time. The more features that you want in these, the longer it's going to take and the more it's going to cost. There's just not really anything I can do about that. Oh, I am so sorry, you're not Flanagan. Please ignore me. No, I'm not. No, it's perfectly fine. I'm so sorry. Hello, my name is Serafina. What can I do for you today? Oh, you're looking for some weapons? Yeah, of course. I've got a few. Admittedly, weapons are not necessarily my forte, but I do have some that we can choose from. So, of course, yeah. Now, usually more of what I do is repairs. Repair a lot of horseshoes around here. I can tell you that already. Lots of parts for ships and things too that come into the harbour, and armour, of course. Got lots of different options for armour if you're in the market for that. Both things made out of leather and things made out of metal. We could do bronze. We could do steel. Although technically working with bronze makes me a brownsmith, not a blacksmith. No one knows the difference here, so it's fine. Anyway, why don't you go ahead? You can put your cloak on one of the hooks over there by the door. Let me just clean this up a bit, and we'll get started. Okay. There, that should be better. So, are you just interested in a weapon today, or can I interest you in some armour? Oh, wow. I really hope you're not here for armour. That armour that you have on is exquisite. Really, truly, just amazing looking. Do you mind, can I take a closer look at it? Thank you. This craftsmanship is quite stunning, really. It looks like it was made perfectly for you. Did you get that custom? Yeah, it doesn't surprise me. It has been a long time since I've seen such fantastically made armor. Yes, very quite strong it looks, but also very lightweight really. It's incredible. I don't know that I've seen armor that good in 10 years or so. I sincerely hope now that you are not here for armor at all, because there's nothing that I can make that would be better than what you've already got. No, okay, good. You weren't thinking of selling that, were you? Okay. I mean, if you were, I would absolutely buy it right off of you in a heartbeat, but it's probably a good thing that you're not, because that is quite the treasure there, truly. Anyway, where did you happen to get armor like that, if you don't mind me asking? Whisperwind. Don't think I've ever heard of that town. Must be quite a ways from here. Well, it must be a town of great renown to have a blacksmith as talented to make something like that. Oh, it's a small town. Oh, really? An inventor made it for you. You know, it almost looks like something that I would have seen. Sorry, just musing. It really is quite excellent armor. Just getting lost in memories. Anyway, you said weapons is what you were looking for. Okay, yeah, sure. How'd you find my shop, if you don't mind me asking? Oh, my daughter sent you here, Kindra. Yeah, she's a doll. Quite talkative. But she's a good soul. Of course, yeah. Happy to get you hooked up with whatever you think you might need. Would you like to take a look at some of what I've got? I've got a few things ready-made, but if you're looking for something custom, we can talk about that too. You'd like to see what I've got already? No problem. Why don't you come on, look over here with me? Alright, so as you can see, we've got a few different options here when it comes to a good weapon. Now, if you're looking for a blade, might I suggest this design here? It's quite sleek. It's quite lightweight, but very sharp, as you can see. Design that's very easy to use. Also rather small, so it's easy to conceal, you know. So as you can see on the hilt here, we've got some ridges. Make it nice and sturdy grip in your hand. Quite easy to use. Good size. It's not too big and cumbersome. Don't really need to be proficient in melee weapons to use something like this. It's quite useful. Not necessarily good for a battlefield, but good for protection. So I suppose it depends on what type of weapon you're looking for. If you're a grand warrior, then you might need something a bit heavier than this. But if you're looking for just a blade for protection, this is what I would suggest. Oh, you've already got a blade. Oh, I'm so sorry. What exactly are you looking for then? A gun, perhaps? Sure, yeah. I've got a few different designs down here. Let me show you what I've got. I've got a few different designs here. Now, if you don't like these two, I do have some larger ones in the back, but these are quite good for the average person, I suppose, if you're just looking for protection. Something that can pack a punch but not be too bulky, you know. So this is similar to the design that my daughter has. It's got a few more little bells and whistles on it, but for the most part, it's the same as what she's got. Very compact, easy to hide, quite easy to load too. Holds the bullets right in there. A good little gun for you know, most of your everyday purposes, just for protection, or to give yourself that ease of mind. Like I said, this is the one that Kendra's got, and she's never used it. Hopefully she never has to. In fact, honestly, she probably thinks it's a bit silly that she's got to carry it at all, but it's difficult sending your child into the world for the first time. And it makes me feel better. She's got something. So there's this design, or I've got this one as well. Just a bit bigger, a bit more power to it. Bullets are the same, very small, so you know it's not necessarily going to do a whole lot of damage, but enough to deter someone, and definitely enough to slow someone down, of course. Some people prefer this one because it is just a bit bigger. Guns are one of those things where size does matter. Although, I guess it depends on what you're looking for. This one packs a bit more power than the smaller design, but it's still pretty easy to conceal if you don't want people to know. You know, just something again to give you peace of mind. Easy to load, easy to fire. It's got a safety mechanism too. The other one does too, so, you know, easy to keep yourself safe too. Now, unfortunately, I can't take credit for the design of these. See, I've been a blacksmith since living here, but before that I was an engineer on a ship, actually. No, not those kinds of ships that are out in the harbour. Something completely different altogether. It's a long time ago, though. I was more of a mechanic, really, fixing up things that went wrong along the ship. So when we moved here, well, there weren't any airships, so no one needed an airship mechanic, but I was able to translate my skills into other useful things. So this is actually a cheap replica of a weapon that I found from one of the sailors. Came in on one of the seafaring ships. Yeah, he had this. It was from a different realm, or a different kingdom at least. I don't know. He was quite an exotic looking fellow. But he sold one to me, and I was able to take it apart and recreate it, really. So, again, nothing super special. Quite a lot of people that I used to know who were much, much better at inventing things. All sorts of new, strange, fascinating things. I was more of the fixer-up. Otherwise, if you're not looking for a gun per se, there are a few other options. These are some of my favourites. I don't have all that many left, but you can have the ones that I do. Now these are non-lethal little explosions. I believe they're called smoke bombs, something like that. You just take this little thing and you toss it on the ground, and it makes a big plume of a very inky, almost black smoke, causing a diversion that would disorient your opponents if they're not expecting it, giving you a chance to run away, or a chance to sneak up on your opponents and attack them with a bit of an advantage. So, very useful little things here. What do you think? Does any of that sound good? One of the guns, good, okay. Which one? Which design? This one, the slightly larger. Sure, yeah, it's a good weapon. Like I said, powerful enough to dissuade your enemies from hurting you, but still rather easy to manage, easy to aim, and easy to hide. Sure, yeah, I can get this one wrapped up for you. Now, of course, with a gun, you're going to need bullets. So I've got some here. Don't have all that much. I'll have to make some more. Now these are made of lead. Just melt them down into a little mould that I've got by the fire over there. So rather easy to make. If you ever need more, you come back and I'll get you some. But hopefully this will be enough for a good long while. Let's put these in a little pouch here for you. There we go. Tie that up there, nice and secure in there for you. Then of course you'll also be needing some gunpowder right in here. This is what makes it go boom, I suppose, in general terms. So get some of this. Put this in a little pouch too for you. Just there. That should be enough for the bullets that I gave you anyway. Of course, like the bullets, if you need more, you just come right on back. Get you taken care of. That'll get you started at least. Just tighten that so it's nice and tight too. Here we are. Okay. The town we lived in before this. Did Kendra tell you? Yeah, we've my husband and I, we moved here with our daughter Kendra. She was still quite a young child at the time, but it was about 10 years ago, and that city doesn't exist anymore. So, yeah. It was Brighthaven. Now, where did you hear the name of a city like that? Most people know it as, well, they don't know it was called Brighthaven. They hear it as Blythethorn now, the ruins of the city that it used to be. Where did you hear a name like that? You know someone from Brighthaven? Who? What? Where? Is it the person who made you that armor? You know, that makes a lot of sense. I haven't seen armor that well crafted for years and years, really, since before the Blythethorn incident, I suppose. Isabel Jarvis. She's alive then. Isabel was one of my dearest friends back when we were growing up. She had one of the most amazing minds. She understood machines and the inner workings of things better than almost anyone. Rivaled probably only by her old man, really. Yeah, she had a bright future ahead of her before Blythethorn. Yeah, it's a shame, really. You know, after the explosion, our family, we left pretty quickly. Just, it wasn't a place for a child. I'm sure you can understand. But Isabel stayed behind. She had that friend of hers. Yeah, it's funny, I always thought they were going to end up together. But he was trying to rally the survivors and rebuild everything. I never heard what happened to them after that. The next thing I heard of anyone from Brighthaven was the reports of the Blythethorn incident and people spreading propaganda about what really happened. It's awful. But she's alive. What was the town that you said you got that armor from? Whisperwind. Where is that? Okay, so north of here and west. Not sure I'll ever have the means to make it up there to visit her, but good to know that she's still alive and doing well, it looks like. if that beautiful armor is anything to attest. Yeah, good. Glad to hear it. I'd love to see her again someday. You know, I bet she and my daughter Kindra will get along swimmingly. Kindra is so creative in quite a lot of the same ways that Isabel was. You know, she used to work here in the shop with me, but I don't have enough work anymore. So now they've got her mucking out stables at some ratty old tavern. Completely a waste of her talents, really. Anyway, sorry, didn't mean to get all sidetracked there. Is there anything else that I could interest you in while you're here? Just the weapon, okay. Oh, treasure. You're looking for treasure. You know, I'm probably not the right person to talk to about that. There are quite a lot of merchants selling quite a lot of fascinating things. Like I said, I don't necessarily create new things as much as just fix up old stuff or make some, you know, very rudimentary armor for people. What might I have that would interest you? Oh. I do have one thing. I got this from a sailor. He couldn't pay me in coin, so he paid me in this instead. I believe he got it from, well, an expedition, he said. Sailors around here, you never really know what that means, but maybe this would interest you. I believe that it is a belt buckle, maybe a brooch, or maybe even a hairpiece or something. I'm not sure. You can see though it's rather nice. Nothing incredibly intricate, but it's got sort of a woven pattern around the edges here with these lovely stones on it. I don't think those are diamonds, but they still look nice. Anyway, if something like that interests you. Not really what you were looking for. That's okay. Not to worry. You can put that away. There we are, not to worry. I'm sure that you will find quite a lot of treasure in other places in the city. You know, if all else fails, you could certainly go and talk to some of the captains or the sailors. Some of the ships around here are strictly trade, but there are a few that are a bit more independent, you might say. They might have something interesting that they'd be willing to part with for the right price, of course. So what's what? Oh, this little contraption here. This, can't take credit for this either, unfortunately. This is something that Kindra made, actually, back when she used to work here with me. This is just a little prototype, I suppose. But she came up with this design for some sort of a machine. It's a multi-terrain machine, she said, that can do all kinds of different things. It's a bit of a saw hand here, and then this hand can grab things, and this is the little part where a person can sit and control this little machine. So I think the point of it was to protect someone when they're going to difficult terrain, somewhere that they don't know. Or, you know, make difficult tasks like perhaps cutting down trees or something easier. I don't know exactly, you'd have to ask her. She is very creative with what she makes. Yeah. Of course, we don't really have the money right now to make a full-scale one of this. But I believe this one actually works. I don't remember how. Yeah, fascinating little thing, isn't it? She's brilliant. One of these days, I keep saying I'm going to find someone to take her on as an apprentice. Honestly, I've taught her everything I know. Not much more she can learn from me, but she's got a lot more potential, I can tell you that. Maybe someday. Maybe someday. Now, I don't mean to impose, but how long do you think that you'll be here in Tivermack? You're not sure? Okay, but at least a few days, maybe? Okay. Would you have any reason to go back to Whisperwind? Oh, you live there? Oh, well, that's perfect. Would you mind terribly if, before you head out of town, if you maybe swung back here and picked up a letter for Isabel from me? Thank you. That would be wonderful. I don't have time to write it right now. I have to finish those gauntlets or I'll never hear the end of it. But I could write something maybe tonight or tomorrow and get it to you. Thank you. I would love to reconnect with Isabel. At least just, you know, hear how she's doing. Yeah. I'll pay you for your trouble, of course. No, it's okay. I can pay. It's all right. Not a trouble at all. But that would be wonderful of you. Okay. Well, thank you. I'm so glad that you ran into my daughter and decided to come here. Yeah, I haven't even thought of Isabel in so long. It'd be so wonderful to hear how she's doing. Yeah. Anyway, I hope that weapon serves its purpose, whatever that might be. Hopefully nothing too dangerous for you, but either way, I hope it at least gives you a little peace of mind in the city while you're here. Yeah, okay. Well, I suppose I'll be seeing you later then, before you head out of town, but until then, enjoy the city of Tivermack.